So here's the thing. We are coming out with something which is a very simple product. Very simple. I mean, it's a pair of shoes you want to simplify, but there are intricacies of whether it would be accepted or not. Novelty, so many things that there is a debate about, right? So first I'd start with, we went out to survey, we went out to malls, spoke with a bunch of people, and after that we sent the survey out, a questionnaire to a lot of people, various age group, so right from my sister's friends to someone younger to someone older, to get some feedback on what we can do. But a challenge with a product like that is if we do not have a prototype, the feedback quality is quite obscure. You can't really make stuff out. In our heart, we know that this might work because my sister has about 35 pairs of shoes. That's just doesn't work. I just bought about 3 pairs for my wife. In last 8 months, spent about 10 grand. Is not really helpful to my pocket. So there is some problem, personal problems that we are probably trying to solve here. Okay. Then what we got from the feedback is, you can proceed, please. We are actually discussing and figuring out our personas, and initially we started thinking that we will go to people who are working people who can afford it and are traveling and so on. But our survey kind of changed our thinking process a little bit because of the novelty of the entire product, right? Move on. So the idea is that there are people, and these are very humble numbers, I believe, because I am with extreme surroundings, right? So 3 to 5 pairs of shoes, 6 to 12 pairs of shoes. So we reached out to about 80 odd people. Majority, as you can see, is got more than 3 to 5 pairs of shoes. The amount of money that they pay is ranging from 500 to 2000, right? Move on. But the amount that they use, actually, the point that Geeta was mentioning, is about 2, because that's what they feel comfortable with. So I have got maybe 7 pairs of shoes, but this is the one that I use the most. Okay. So now, how can we get that? Okay, and get to a point where we will have 1 pair, or we will have maybe 2 pairs, and then we can still achieve that differentiation. We can look unique at every point of time. So 90% are shopping for a comfortable pair of shoes. 64% are carrying 2 with them. So we want to also reduce the hassle of carrying and so on. 50% are relying on known brand, which is a challenge. So we have to create first videos and talk about a bunch of stuff. This gives us a lot of actionables. And the good point was 84% was willing to try out our product, even though we didn't have a prototype. We just had some Photoshop images. But they are willing to give it a go. So there are people who are willing to experiment. And 44% were about to willing to buy online. So we know the channels. That's the information that we kind of gathered. And based off of all of this, we actually expanded our target group to a little larger population. So now we are saying that it's 6 years to 40 years maybe. And we were actually going to start with teenager to youthful women. So they would be more experimenting. That's the insight. And also, the next thing that we learned is, we are not from this industry, right? We are not from footwear, we are IT, big data, design, all those people. We have an inclination towards creativity. Now, what we really needed to understand was how do we get this made? And that comes to the prototyping part, and Prashant had a visit recently to Bombay to figure this out, and he'll tell you about that.
Thank you. So what we are analyzing that, we worked on a lot of concepts, a lot of product ideas, and how it will look and everything. Then we make sure kind of all this presenting data and everything. Then we realized we don't have expertise. Let's speak to people who are already in that market. So we started calling a lot of NFT guys who are into national fashion designing and NFT guys. So we got a few people and we checked out where they are from, Bangalore or Hyderabad. So I got a couple of guys from Hyderabad. I spoke to them and met them, and I explained idea in terms of what we are thinking. And he moved. He redirected me to another person in Bangalore. I spoke to her. Then she told me a lot of things about the area in Mumbai where they actually make it handmade. So then immediately within a week we planned our visit to Mumbai. So I went to Mumbai, 3 areas. One in Kurla, where actually a lot of things they make it. It's called Thukkar, Bappa. Second one in Dharavi, and the understand, when I presented my idea, they said, probably it's not possible, and we are not the right guys to probably tell you. So then, he redirected to the other person in Dharavi. This is from Dharavi shop where a lot of things where he told me, for this idea it looks good, but probably it's difficult to actually manufacture and all that. So he gave me a lot of tools. I just still explaining what we are trying to do. So whatever I saw in that particular shop, I just asked him, okay, pack this, and then we started doing a lot of prototyping ourselves after even speaking to a lot of people. Initially, I spoke to a lot of even people in Kurla where they said, this is the experience that we have, it is possibly not, it's sort of not possible to make that. And just we started prototyping. So initially, what we did is we started using Velcro and all that we tried, before visiting Mumbai. So once we went there, we had a fair idea in terms of how to make it. What are the terminology behind that? So we got all these gadgets, all the screws and everything from there. So as you see the picture, we got this sole from the market. Then we, attached the button. So what we did, we understood saying that this side is not there in the market. So how can we differentiate what kind of technology that we can use? So initially we thought, can we use a shirt buttons kind of pack which will stay longer and all that. Then we used a lot of toys. We are trying to understand how these toys are made. They're durable but fit enough to play for a longer time. How this customized product. So we started understanding day-to-day products and trying to combine. So when we started doing that, we realized probably shirt button would be the idea to start. We started with the Velcro, but then we realized probably this is the one which is quite good enough, durable. So we started using this, and quickly if someone is using this, they can just, quickly keep it, and that probably other side you have to just keep it here. So your design gets ready like that.
This is a real
prototype. We're working on, we have put the sole here and a lot of things to do it. But that's what we did it actually. We are still halfway through a lot of things. After making this, we have to test it to the user whether how comfortable that is. So we are on that stage where we what to the people who are making it and what all.
So have you tested this with 10 women
no,
working in it?
So we're still after making, we know now how to make it, whether this is stable or not. We just have to make it properly looking good and probably test it with the user and see how comfortable that is. So what a lot of insights we got in how this, why these holes are there, why why not to use straight away like this. You want to put probably a lot of clothes underneath, otherwise it will hurt your leg. Why these holes are there? Any guesses on this? Why there are holes on this?
Sure.
No.
Living speed?
No.
For comfort of foot touch?
No.
For ventilation?
No.
So the glue to stick?
For grip function?
Pad under it sits on the top of it.
Probably this is because to probably reduce the weight of that.
Pressure.
Because the platform sole, so it's better to home keep this whole and it will reduce the weight. So that's the probably insight that I got in a lot.